XLM and XRP enthusiasts are anxiously awaiting Jerome Powell and the Fed's next rate hike decision. But there's a problem though. European central banks just came out with a 50 basis point hit. Is Jerome Powell going to come out with an equally big hit, or is he going to come down with a 25 or a no basis point hit? By the way, I've got some odds for you that show what the market is betting on in terms of rate hike. Oh yeah, you want to steal my Pokemon cards? No problem. I've got a Pokemon card defense system. Shout out to Charlie White and Sneeko for making this possible. She holds 19 plus 1 in the chamber. Pokemon defense system. Oh yeah, and this has to do with Bitcoin. Shout out to Sneeko and Charlie White for making that intro possible. Comment down below if you know what I'm talking about. By the way, she does. She holds 19 in here and 1 in the chamber for 20 total. By the way, when she's packed with 19, it gets real stiff with that spring inside, so it makes you want to release a few. Don't worry, we're going to get to that. Pokemon cards and Bitcoin coming up soon. Bitcoin sitting at 27,278, ETH 1770. XRP, one of the highlights of the show, sitting with some late rally action. You're up 3.5% to 39 cents last 24 hours. XLM sitting at 8.6, pretty much even last 24. Coinbase plans to set up crypto trading platform outside the United States. Yes, that's right. If crypto companies want to continue, they're going to also have to set up operations outside of the United States because the U.S. is not regulatory friendly when it comes to crypto. Goldman analysts no longer expect the Fed rate hike in March after SVB failure. That all has to do with the bond gap, which most of you know about. So you've got Goldman Sachs going out there saying, guess what? No rate hike. Something broke, but the Fed is still expected to go through rate hikes. Okay. With the second and third largest bank failures over in the books happening just over the past few days and worries more to come, that could seem to qualify as a significant breakage for reason for the central bank to back off. But guess what, everyone? That is not what we're seeing. Now let's take a look at that Fed rate hike, all right? CME Fed Watch Tool. Right now, 62% of the market are betting on a rate hike increase, with 38% of the market saying, we're gonna go sideways. Now, here's the problem. European central banks, they came out big. They're like, screw it, 50 basis point hit. We need to get inflation under control. The Fed now knows the more they increase rates, the more they increase the bond gap. The more they increase the bond gap, the more that banks are going to fail because their liquidity is worth next to nothing. Yeah, it has to do with the bond gap. So the problem we have now is that Jerome Powell and the Fed need to curb inflation, but banks are in deep, deep trouble. Obviously, Jerome Powell is not going to come out with a 50. I think we can all agree that a 50 is off the table. But should he pause, give banks a chance to kind of breathe life back into their systems and their balance books again? Or should Jerome Powell keep on his path that he's promised about lowering inflation? Right now, the market is saying, hey, we got 2/3 chance that Jerome Powell and the Fed are going to jack up rates 1 more quarter point. All right, let's share something with you. Pokemon cards, pistolas. Yeah, you guys, we got your back. All right, so here's the deal. Major cryptocurrency ATM manufacturer General Bytes hacked. Over 1.5 million in Bitcoin stolen. The hacker was able to liquidate 56 Bitcoins worth approximately 1.5 million from 15 to 20 crypto ATM operations nationwide. All right. That's why I brought up my Pistola extended capacity. Love it, everyone. But here's the deal. If you want to take my Pokemon cards, you have to come to my house and you have to deal with me, my doggies, and my assortment of anti-theft devices, right? You can't just digitally steal these. You have to physically come to me and you have to say, hey, Klaus, you know what? I understand that you've got 20 rounds in there, but guess what? Maybe you will miss one of those 20. I doubt it. I'm actually a really good shot. But the thing is this, with digital assets, you could just digitally steal them. And that's what we're seeing with Bitcoin. That's what we're seeing with crypto. Crypto has been hacked left and right. There's always going to be someone out there smarter than you, smarter than me when it comes to code. And they're going to be able to exploit these codes. The problem is as we move now to more digitalized money, hackers will be able to keep stealing and stealing and stealing. Traditional assets, you putting cash into your mattress, your Pokemon cards and so forth. You have theft deterrent devices along with doggies that will tear you apart and fill you with holes. So now my question is for all of you watching, are you concerned that if we go to a fully digitized monetary system, that people out there are going to be able to hack those, exploit it, and then what? You don't have cash under your mattress anymore. Everything was digital. If someone digitally steals it, you're screwed. But if you've got the physical assets, yep, physical assets are key. That's why you're seeing the price of gold rise as well recently, because people are still putting their money in safe haven assets like gold. Now let's get to XLM and XRP action. All right, here's the setup. XRP has been making a nice move here as of the last week, lagging though behind the move of Bitcoin, both intensity and time-wise. Now, what's nice, though, is this purple line here, vertical. That's the announcement for rate hike. What's nice, though, by the way, 2 p.m. Eastern, hit that sub button so you don't miss out. We'll be covering it live. What's nice, though, is XRP is making the rally leading up into that. If we can break that 40-cent mark, I will be so happy. Talked about it before. Floor versus ceiling. You don't want to waste the momentum on the way up trying to break through a ceiling resistance. That's just a waste of energy, a waste of funds. You want that floor to be there, and you want to pounce up from the floor through positive momentum. 40 cents, big key here with XRP. Setup is similar with XLM, but with 9 cents. Again, XLM making move on up nowhere near the strength of Bitcoin. Nowhere near the strength recently of XRP as well. XRP has made a much stronger move here over the last week from the 14th on. XLM, though, we've seen has some strong support here. They bounced quite heavily back above that 7.5 cent mark. So we've seen when bad news happens, XLM gets that support right around 7.5, 7.6. But we do have some ceiling resistance, though, at that 9 cent mark. We're fairly below it compared to XRP in terms of breaking through that resistance, making it into a floor. But we are on our way up leading into Fed rate hike decision. The problem we got, though, is Bitcoin and the rest of the market pumped yesterday and the day before. They reached their peak then. They're now retracing. XRP has had a late pump, so they do have a lagging time effect. XLM right now is moving sideways. But Bitcoin and Ethereum, we've already seen, they've already hit the peak of that roller coaster top. They're on their way down. Will XRP and XLM be able to hold that positive momentum up, or will they slide further on down with the rest of the market as news opens back up on Monday? Yep, financial news is going to open on Monday. I guarantee you next week we're going to hear about more banks having liquidity crunches. So what do you guys think? Are we going to see a pause from Jerome Powell and the Fed? 38% of you out there say yes, the Fed is going to pause for a month, give banks a break, allow liquidity to flow into the banks, kind of, get things settled and so forth, prevent the cash runs. Right now, we have crypto out there rallying. The reason Bitcoin's rallying and ETH is rallying and the greater market is rallying is because they know there's pressure on the Fed. The Fed cannot keep raising rates because it'll screw banks over. That bond gap will just mess everyone over. So right now, the Fed's in trouble, and the crypto market definitely rallying short term on the fact that the Fed can't aggressively raise rates like they were planning to. So yes, XLM and XRP traders are anxiously awaiting Jerome Powell and the Fed on Wednesday. Now, here's the thing. This meeting is bigger than the rest of them because this has to also do with the summary of economic projections. What does the Fed think about future rate hikes, intensity, duration, and so forth? The Fed will also come out and say, hey, guess what? We were kind of behind. These were estimates. These are our new ones. Yeah, you're going to see some projections here, which is going to move the market. It's not just the rate hike that's big. It's the projections and the tone that come from Jerome Powell and the Fed after the announcement. They announced the rate hike decision at 2 p.m. At 2:30 p.m., Jerome Powell goes on the mic. Now, you see what's in the background? Oh, yeah, that's right. That's another Pokemon anti-theft device. How do you guys feel about Bitcoin and all that? Digitized assets and so forth. Holy crap, this is a big girl here. How do you feel about digitized assets, so forth, and people being able to steal those assets? Well, I like to say that if you have something in person, it's a lot harder to steal. Because again, if someone wants to steal my Pokemon cards, they're going to have a very, very rough time of doing so. And yes, my dogs will let them know. By the way, this is a big girl. Like this isn't even fit in the frame. And that's a nice big burrito that I got up on top here. But either way, what do you think? Are we at risk right now of making our assets digitized? Are we at risk of someone out there being smarter than us, being able to hack our crypto accounts? What if we go to CBDCs and you've got hackers out there just waiting for governments to be like, yeah, let's issue those CBDCs so that they can steal it from us? Only way for you to steal a physical asset, you got to come to my house and take it. Digitized assets, you can take it from across the globe. All right, now, like I said, we've got big Fed rate hike announcement. We've also got my life outside of crypto. Yep, if you want to see what goes on in this crazy head, that's this channel right here. You want more crypto Web3 action, like what the heck is with the bond gap with banks? That's this video right here. Now, until more news breaks, I'm going to hang out, play with Pokemon cards, play with physical items. You cool cats, though, have a great rest of your day.